Have you ever gone through a difficult moment in life and at that point it just doesn't make sense? You're thinking, this is unfair. This is not how life is meant to unfold. Why is this happening to me? But then after the fact, things start to click together. That's called meaning making. Let me explain. There's something all humans do, often without even noticing it. We create stories and we attach meaning to them. A difficult event could occur. At the time, it feels confusing. It could even be very painful. But then over time, you start connecting the dots and you think to yourself, well, if that didn't happen, that wouldn't have led me on this path. And if I didn't go on that path, it wouldn't have opened up that opportunity. If that opportunity didn't arise, I wouldn't have gone down that route. So it acts as a chain reaction. Each event leads you to where you are now. And let me give you a personal example of this in action with myself. So last year, I was dating somebody over the course of a month and it was going really well. I had positive signs and thought this could be it. And then all of a sudden comes to an abrupt ending. And that just really didn't sit right with me at that time. I was confused, I was frustrated, and just didn't really know why this situation occurred and what meaning it would have. Over time, I then realized the meaning it did have and the meaning I actually attached to it, because that situation not progressing allowed me to look further inward. And that led to a few career changes. It led to me delving into writing more content and going down a different career path. And I look back now and I think if that event actually played out how I wanted to at that time, I wouldn't have had the time, energy, and resource to go down the route I am now. So at the time, there was frustration, but post event, once you've done the changes and the actions, you start to see why these things are now connected together. It essentially led me to explore things I otherwise probably wouldn't have done. But here's the interesting part. The meaning I've attached to it, it might not actually be objectively true. There's no way to prove that it had to happen that way or that this is the script that life gave me. But what it does change is the way I relate to it. The past stays the same, but the weight lessens. This matters because a lot of the suffering we go through comes from resisting what's already happened, questioning it, replaying it, trying to rewrite it. Because when you start to make meaning from it, something softens, regret reduces, resistance drops. The event itself then becomes part of your path, not just a problem. And you start trusting the unfolding of life a little bit more. Not in a blind or a passive way, but in a way that recognizes that this moment might not be going how you want it to go right now, but it is possibly leading you somewhere. Life then stops feeling like something you're battling against and changes into something you're moving with. So I would say if you're going through a difficult time or if you're having some trouble processing a difficult period of your life, take this approach and see what that pathway might be leading you towards.